Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully I have all my audio set up correctly. The government is still shut down. Yep, I have my excuse me, my correct microphone connected. Just give me a second. Okay, yeah, so let's just go through some websites real quick. We do have the OPM website that hasn't been updated since January 1st. The White House, and there's probably a way to get rid of this message, but it's showing that it's been 36 days, 15 hours. Yeah. And as a recap, what we're trying to the yeah, the bill that's being held up in Congress is HR 5371, and let's look at some updates. We go to actions, and let's see. The last action that was recorded was yesterday. A motion to proceed for consideration of the measure in the Senate. I don't see it as as a motion. I don't see any votes. I don't recall. I've gotten tired of watching C-SPAN to watch people vote. Some things that have come up recently. Well, this one isn't as recent, but the Food and Nutrition Service has been going back and forth about SNAP benefits. The other issue is the FAA and closing down specific airports or reducing flights at specific airports. I was looking at this. I don't really understand most of this. There's the delay, there's a ground stop. Boston had a closure up until noon, it looks like. And these are all other items on that website. So, if anyone has any questions, go ahead, throw it into the chat. Otherwise, we will just go on, see what's going on. I think I'm going to do a little soldering today while I'm waiting for people to show up to see if anyone has any questions, anything to be looked up. So let's figure out what we'll solder and what I was thinking of. And I do this every time I do a live stream. I put my headphones on to check the audio levels, and then I forget to take them off. So I've had this kit around for quite a while, and might as well get to it. Doesn't seem like it is too complicated. I have my soldering iron heating up, and let's see, this looks like I don't want all of a sudden pieces to go flying. It just looks like one staple holding this in. Okay. So it looks like all those bunch of resistors and a couple of transistors, it looks like. Does it have a... No, maybe have instructions. You don't need the plastic. So it does have three transistors, a bunch of resistors. I guess there's some capacitors in there. Okay, so there's 4 transistors. So there's one floating around in there. So not sure. I think I'm gonna. Let's see where I'll start with. So just push through here. And I am horrible at trying to figure out resistor values. So those, how many of those are there? So there's a 47 and a 47K, and that's just gonna be annoying. So let's see what these are, and I'll start working on these since they are right here. So these are the 47 ohm ones. So we will start with those. And let's see, the first one that needs a 47 ohm is R6. Let's pull one of these out and find R6. And just, this is a sound to light unit. So I think it just has a little speaker and it lights up the LEDs as you speak or the sound. So I was looking for R6. Okay, so R6 should be right there. And separate the leads. So the next one is R7, which is right above it. And let's see if I can find R3 and okay, R3 is 100K, so not that one. Let's try to make these a little. Which way did I put that one? Yeah, might as well put them. Yeah, that looks like the same way. And separate the leads. So R6, R7, R9. Let's see if I can find R9 on here. Okay, that looks like R9 there. Can't remember where I got this specific kit from. So R1, R2, R3, R4. So R8, okay, that's the other one. Let's see if we can locate R8 on here. This is interesting. If anyone who's watching see, okay, there it is. There's R8. Okay, so let's just do these resistors one at a time, and I am just going to on here just check off as I put these on. So 8, 9, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Did not see that. Don't want to pull out too many because I have other components on this bench. And okay, this I don't need. Let me clear off some stuff I don't need. This is going to get in the way. I will clear that. And we'll go ahead and check this one out. Let's see what that value is. So this is 100K, which was R3, should be 100K. So we'll go ahead and put R3 in. And mark it off. Now let's see what this one is. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a 47. So 47K was R13 was one of them. And that's not getting too messy. It's not getting great. Let's see. Okay, so some more, another R10, another R. What is R11? Whoa. 1.5 megohm. Okay, we'll do 2 resistors at a time. That seems fair. This is 10. Do not see anything that's would use it. Oh, R1. Okay, that's a 10. Yeah, I'm probably going to regret doing it this way. It is already starting to get a little complicated. I'm going to have to, as I solder them, I'm going to have to go through and clip them. But at this point, I might as well do all the resistors. So 330 kilo ohms. That's how I'm reading that. Ah, R2. That's right. Oh yeah, I need to start marking these off. So I did R1 and R2. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, which one didn't I get? R13, did I check off that one? That's R13. Yeah, I think that was one I checked off. Not too many left. Actually, that might be quite a few left. What should I do after this? Should I do the resistors, the electrolytic capacitors, the other capacitors after I do resistors? Any suggestions? Anybody? Okay, so this is the 1.5 megohm, which I saw before, which should be R10. Any others? Yeah, not that I know of. So R10 was right here. Check off R10. And so here it looks like all the capacitors, none of them seem to have the polarized electrolytic. Yeah, and they're just all listing them as the rating on them, so they should be polarized though. Yeah, okay, there's the electrolytic. So there's only, okay, so there's only one electrolytic capacitor. Okay. The rest are just capacitors. Okay. This is 100K, so let's see. Oh, it's too 1.5. So next 100K, we'll go with R4. Back to so R4. And it looks like we have like maybe 5 more resistors left. Guess I'll do 3 at a time. Another 1.5, and that one should be R11. So kits like this, I don't particularly like because you can't really tell what it's trying to do. It just says, okay, build this. So at some point I am going to try to see if I can analyze the schematic, which isn't really on screen. What is this, 450? Yeah, 47K. We'll go with R14. Which is right here. $100K. Oh, I need to remember to keep checking these off. So R14. So next 47K. That's what I said, right? No, 100K. Next 100K would be R5. So the only resistor, unless I'm missing something, is R12. And that's by that resistor. Does this take AA or AAA? What's that box I put aside? That looks... Oh, 9 volt. Okay. Hopefully I have some extra 9 volts. I'm making an assumption here that R12, this is a 1.5. Let's double check. Yep, 1.5. Oh yeah, this is a complete mess. So I'm gonna put this aside, turn that off, put that aside. Oops, don't want to break those. Put those there for now. And let's go ahead and tin the lead. I am going to use a little bit of, I don't want to break anything. A little bit of flux. Those ends look like they're all bonded together. So this should be should walk the other way. I think there might be flux on the board already. It's not pretty, but it should be stable. I'm going to have little bits of wire everywhere if I don't figure out where I'm going to put them. Okay, I'm going to try putting them back in this, just there until I can throw them away. Or see if I can use them for anything. Okay, got those three. Let's see, what's going to be the next easiest one to get to? Probably those two right there. Let me see if I do this without flux, how well it works. That seemed to work okay. Both seem to be on there pretty tight. And maybe I'll just do that. I'll walk my way in, so I'll get that one right there. Gonna need another piece of solder. I prefer to just cut them into strings like this, just to make it easier to hold. Okay, that seems to be pretty good without too much of a solder bridge. And then I'll do that, but I do have what is going to attach to there. Okay, the end of one of the transistors, so I need to make sure I keep that open. So I should be able to go to there, otherwise I'll have to deflux some of it. And my watch is saying that it is, the battery is starting to die, so let me plug that in real quick. Okay, there's my battery charging cable, caught up with my headphones. Okay, let that charge for a little bit. Okay, so that seems like that's okay. And now we'll go for that one. Yeah, I should have been paying attention which way I was moving these around. That looks okay. Gee, let me grab my loop and let's just see. Take a closer look. Okay, yeah. I was just concerned that there would be somewhat of a solder bridge there, but we may still get a solder bridge at some point because I still need to solder down, so I'll get that one. I think after I take this one, I am going to, I'll do a couple more and I'll take a little bit of a break. And I did what I didn't want to do, which is the trace moved. Yeah, I don't think those two will. Okay, let me. I think it's because the line fell, or the line was laying across it, so the solder moved that way. Ooh, that got. Yeah, I don't think those two are supposed to touch. And the one thing I didn't make sure I had on my desk, because I can't find it now. Oh, there it is the desoldering wick. So let me try to pull some of that solder out. That joint before I cut the lead. So I think I just put just a little bit too much solder right on that joint there. Get it from a slightly different angle. Try to clear that pad. Not working how I would like. Let's add a little of flux to this. some of that extra. Take a look at this. Really can't tell if it's supposed to be not. I don't know why they put these so close together. I think I did the same thing to that one. And I thought this would just be a quick, easy project. What I need to do is get this bent the other way. Do this without burning myself. Okay. I'm going to say that's hopefully good enough. Okay. Okay, so let's move these a little bit out of the way. That one should be a nice easy one. There is nothing near it. That one was nice and easy. Going for about 45 minutes. Okay, let's see if I can get that one without too much trouble. That one seems to be good. I think that VO right there is just a mount point. So that should, damn. Sent that in the wrong direction. So now take a look at this again. Napoleon, they hire people, ask them to pay for equipment and manager. I'm trying to figure out your question. Give me a second. They hire people, ask them to pay for equipment then the manager asks for a attention fee or they get fired after buying the equipment with money, no debt. Is this a new US policy? Maybe if they didn't pay but you pay for the equipment, you can you explain? I'm not really getting your question. If you can give me a little bit more detail, I could try to figure out what you're asking. Get that one. And Napoleon, if you can give me a little bit more context. Bend that way, bend that one that way, bend that one that way. Okay, so I'll get those three. These two are bound together already, so that shouldn't be an issue. That one I just need to make sure I don't solder bridge those two either. So let's start with that one by itself at the end. Actually, I'm going to work my way this way just so I'm not putting the soldering iron over spots I already went. Okay. Should have something that gives me a little bit of an alert when I have a text message. Not a text message. A comment. Not a comment. A chat, so I can look up. But these look okay. I don't think I solder bridged them. Yeah, all these look good. Give them a quick little clip. And I am going to have these little pieces everywhere. And I said this on my last live stream, I just need to scrub this mat. I was going to get a bigger one that covers this whole table, but I'm going to wait until I redesign my table here. Excuse me. Before I go into that. Okay. This one over to there. So I'll get those two. Be about halfway through with the resistors. Yeah, and I definitely need this raised up a little more. Probably about up to here, because my back is starting to bother me. I may have to take a break in a minute. Because a whole collection of these little things. Well, may have to take a break because my back is bothering me. That, and I need to stretch. Okay, these two look bonded together, so it might be a good ones to go to. So now this is where I should have done a little at a time, because this is just a mess. I just have to pick one at a time, solder it, work my way towards the center. Give myself a little bit of room here and there. I need to remember not to walk around barefoot over here. Yeah, I need to get this one out of there because it is going to interfere. Something just fell. Did I lose a resistor? I don't see any missing. I don't know what just fell. Okay, I'll get to that one. Wasn't that solder bridge? Was able to do that. We'll find out in a second. Didn't cause a solder bridge, but I didn't solder it too well either. Okay, I soldered a little better, but did I solder bridge it? It's close, but I think it's good. Should probably have music playing. Hopefully I put that at the right spot. That just seemed a little odd. So what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more leads to solder. At least for the resistors. Yeah, that piece of solder is getting too small. Cut myself off another little piece, another string. And I'm using 0.032 inch 6040 solder from Radio Shack, so you can tell how old that is. Well, you know, it's not recent that I've had it. Yeah, I also bought a roll from Micro Center since then, and because I couldn't find that roll, and of course 3 days later I found that roll in a drawer. I don't think I'm going to have as much time as I had hoped for this live stream because I got stuck on a 45-minute call. That's why I started the stream 45 minutes late. Oh, that I solder bridged the hell out of that, didn't I? I was not looking where I should have. Oh no, maybe not. No. But that doesn't look right. Definitely doesn't look. Looks like there's 2 beads. Unless that's freaking solder. Did I break off the solder there? Yes, that is exactly what I did. Okay, let me double check that again. Okay, it still doesn't look like it's solder bridged. Okay, this isn't the best. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Those 2 look bound together, so I could probably solder those at the same time. Because it's okay if they solder. That's okay. It's not pretty, but it should work. Okay, last two. Okay. Let's look. Okay, I keep pulling this thing out of camera, out of frame. Okay. Okay, all the resistors are in. I think I will go with the non-electrolytic capacitors next, but for right now I'm just going to take a quick break. I will be back. This is gonna have I think a 5-minute countdown. I should be back before then. check something. Okay, so someone was just saying that it wasn't coming through at 1080p, that it was only coming through at 480, so I think that's just them. But I just washed my hands before I start touching solder and such. I'm going to have a Reese's. It's not really a peanut butter cup, it's a white chocolate peanut butter ghost. Let's see. It's a ghost. Grab the second one. I have to wash my hands before I eat that one if I don't eat it right now. Okay. That's one non-electrolytic capacitor. That's two. And there's a third. There's a screw in here. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to screw this to. Didn't give me a mounting board. Okay, put those there. Hopefully these all have the same. Let's see. So they should all be 100 farad or microfarad or nanofarad or whatever freaking. Okay, that's the electrolytic. That's C4. So C1, 2, and 3 should all be 100. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. That should be easy. These are not. Polarized, so that should not be a problem. Let's see, one. These are saying 104. I don't know if that's just a marking or yeah, I'm not gonna get that to zoom in. So yeah, I don't know if that is the actual rating, and these are whoever put these kits together are like, oh yeah, that's close enough. So this C1, this C3. If anyone sees C2, let me know. There's C4. Okay, there's C2. This is actually going quicker than I thought. And I probably just jinxed myself with that. Ooh. Okay, and now it won't sit as flat. Is anyone experiencing buffering? I'm getting a warning from YouTube Studio that it's not something may cause buffering. Yes, so I used to have an affiliate link with one stream. I don't think I still have that affiliate link, but I was thinking of getting a one stream account. So then from OBS I would send the RTMP or RTMP stream to one stream, and one stream would send an RTMP stream to YouTube. Did I say YouTube Studio or Google Studio before? I meant YouTube Studio if I said it otherwise. And that I can also do collaborations. And why do I... Let me double check this. This doesn't look like I got that too good. Yeah, just give it a little bit more heat. Try to even that out just a tad. Anyone have any recommendations on solder? And by recommendation, I mean the composition and or the brand. I prefer this thickness for this type of work. I do have basically double the thickness, and I do have issues when I use that thicker solder for anything other than binding wires together. Okay, that's a little better. Not great, but it's a little better. If you happen to be watching this live stream after the fact, or after it's live, thank you. And you can always throw your answers that you would have given to that question about the solder in a comment rather than the live stream. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a YouTube short after this, just asking people what time I should do live streams, which may be a moot point because I am generally doing them when I have time because life gets in the way. In probably about an hour, people are going to start getting out of work and start calling. So I wanted to try to do this at, what time did I really set? At 2. So that would give me about 3 hours to live stream before all of a sudden I start getting random phone calls from people. Not random, but start getting phone calls as people start getting out of work. looking at my analytics, I do have a lot of people that are from different time zones. So if you want to throw in what time zone you're in, well, daylight savings time is over, so I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So right now for me it is 4:02. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, 4:02. Yeah, I took my watch off to charge it, and you can see the nice tan line there. But I have at least right now, I have a irregular schedule. So did I just solder the wrong spot? Yeah, I think I just did. No, I think I just solder bridged it. Yeah, so right now I have an irregular schedule, so I can play around with trying to do live streams at other times. Yeah, definitely solder bridge that. And now okay, now with the caps on, this doesn't seat right. Let me see if I can do this. These arms, and I can get them close enough. Yeah. Oh, that's solid. Not quite solid enough, but okay. Okay, let me take a look at that with this. Hopefully those two are supposed to be bonded together because I can't really tell anymore. But I did pull out, I think, a little bit too much solder. Is that even on screen right now? I think my subscribe button is blocking it. Know what that means? You should subscribe. Shameless plug. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do a lot of cleanup later. This is a little better. If I really wanted to set it up correctly, I'd have the magnifying glass in the right spot, but okay, so for future reference, I should take a picture of the board before I start soldering so I can, yeah, because this doesn't have any pictures of the boards. so I can see which has places where I'll have a solder bridge and not, and one more of those, and then I guess I'll do the electrolytic capacitor. When I eventually find my oscilloscope project, I really hope it's not as bad as this one, or as the connection's as close. But that one, I'm definitely gonna have to take a picture. Okay. So now the electrolytic capacitor is there. And I will have to check polarity. So there's a line down there with all dashes, and I believe that is minus sign, so that should be, and then the long one is the positive. But I don't trust myself with that knowledge. I'm going to double check that. So let's see. Polarization of a capacitor, and I probably spelled everything except for of and a wrong. DigiKey, let's see what DigiKey says. Yeah, I don't want 50% off just now because I'm not buying anything. Okay, so the line is down to negative. Okay. Just wanted to double check. So let's go solder that in. Stop moving. Stop moving. Why is this solder right there? Shouldn't be any component on the other side of that. Oh no, there is. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay, so now let's see. So T4 is a 557, BC 557. T4 is a 557, which should be the one that's in the bag. This looks like it already has the legs up. This one, yeah, has the legs separated. And let's see if I can see if this is the 557. 557, okay. So I said that was T4. So let's see if we can find transistor 4. Okay, so T4 is right there. Gotta separate these just a little bit. That did not seem right. Nope, that is the opposite of right because I turned it around accidentally. That's why that didn't slide in right. I twisted it in my hand right before I put it in when I was trying to readjust these pins. Okay, that's the correct way. Yeah, something didn't seem right at first. Anyone else have anything to say in the comments? Yeah, that solder bridged the hell out of that. I put too much solder on that joint. Huh. But is it supposed to be? Could that be why that happened? I'm a little dumbfounded. Yeah, we'll find out eventually once I finish this. See if magic smoke gets released. So now this T1 is T2. Here is T3. T3, okay. And these should all be these, which should be all should be. Oops, lost one almost. 5 4 7s. Okay. I think I'm going to do these one at a time. Just so I'm not have too many leads. Get into a hole. I wonder if I need even thinner solder than this. Was it just my technique? It's definitely my technique, but I don't know if that should just is the only variable here. Q-tips. That's what I'm gonna need. And the next time I take a break, I'll go grab some Q-tips, not toothpicks. Toothpicks have other benefits. Cleaning out lightning, micro, and mini USB connectors. Toothpicks definitely help with that. So I don't have the data sheets for these. Well, I can look them up, but all these other component and the mic, everything else I should have. So maybe in a future video I'll follow that diagram and put it on a breadboard. Yeah, you can sort of see the solder dust, which isn't healthy, especially since there is lead in this solder. After the stream, I'll have to clean that up. Or maybe if well, I don't have anything to damp it with besides alcohol. Good, I don't think that's a great idea. Yes, these aren't tweezers, and I'm using them as tweezers. Sue me. Where'd that just go? Huh. Well, I have to look on that on the video, see how I just did that. That was entertaining. Okay, can't really see on this video. T3. Oh, that's a little bit long of a, yeah, I have to trim that down. Okay, got all those in place. Yeah, let me trim these. And that almost went in my mouth. So there's that. Why does that look solder bridged? Of course it does, because why not? Wouldn't it be? maybe. No, but close. And I didn't even get that. Okay, that lead. That lead. I'm assuming if they put them that damn close together, that it's supposed to be like that. Okay, or resistors, capacitors, and resistors, capacitors, and transistors. Now we have, oh, no, not all the resistors. This is a, how the hell do you even adjust this potentiometer? So this is, should be RV1. Okay, yeah, RV1, which is a 220 kilo ohm variable resistor. Oh, it's supposed to have a little peg on it to adjust it. Okay, that should be in here somewhere. Okay, there's a little peg. Guess what's not going on just yet? That little. What the hell? What goes there? Okay. So RV1 will go into these three. Grab a pen. RV1 will go into that pin, that pin, and that pin. What is going into that pin? Speaker is going to go there. The LEDs are here. Oh, I was supposed to lay down that capacitor. Oh well, it doesn't stick up too much. Okay, where does the battery box connect? That's going to be the issue. Yeah, 'cause you have that connector there, and that doesn't show. That shows a negative. That shows a, okay, so that's where the battery connects. And that's supposed to, it shows something about how the battery, but what the hell? Speaker, battery, LEDs, that's all that should be left. 4 LEDs, 1 speaker, and the variable resistor. So this line doesn't connect to anything. And then it has a trace that goes to, so these two connect. Is that if, the only reason I can see that is if, okay, the only reason I would see that is if you had different models of variable resistors. So that. Okay, so that should go in like that, and that's not holding. And I'm gonna have to probably have to do a just a tack on that, but yeah, it just says the potentiometer, and that's how it connects. Yeah, I didn't follow that little instruction there. Hmm. Okay, that really has me baffled. Um, so this will not stay by itself. So I will have to lean it on something to at least tack one of those. Once I tack one of them, stay. Okay. Now I can put it in the. Then I can put it in the alligator clip. Give it a second to dry or cool down, or if you pull it. It's it's this. I hope I'm not putting too much pressure on it there. That might actually hold for just enough so I can get that. I may have done it. But that may be one of the better solders. Okay, which is the flat side on this damn thing? I swear both sides are flat. So that should be the flat side. grab another piece of solder. And these I definitely, those are way too close together. I can't, I definitely, those two I'm definitely going to end up solder bridging that. Gonna take a break after doing these four. No, didn't solder bridge. Yeah, that just went shooting across my room, and so that one, or across my office. Gonna need a drink after doing this. Okay, flat side. And yeah, these are all in series. So even if I mess up any of these and put one of them backwards, none of them will work. So I need to really pay attention to the polarity. And I think I just came close to solder bridging that, I think. I should have AI Studio go through this video and how many times I said solder bridge. Excuse me. Ooh. Should have gone the other direction. Now, yep. I had it in the way so I couldn't see. Now that's just one giant solder bridge. Oh, if I do the polarity wrong and it's a solder bridge, it just becomes a short. And it won't light up either way. may have cleared that. Let me take a look. It still may be touching. Barely. Maybe. Looks like it just cleared. I'm gonna have these all over my office. Really would like to know what they expect me to screw this to. Oh yeah, after I cool this down, I want to see how these tips are attached. I was gonna buy some tips, but like I have on my like Weller like individual soldering iron that isn't a whole soldering station that doesn't have a variable control. It's just the standard Weller soldering iron. I know what size tip to get for that, but I'm not sure for this. Yeah, once I clean up the flux on this, which oh yeah, that just bounced everywhere. Okay, so now the speaker and then the battery box. Now, the battery box, I'm going to wait until the end just because. Oh, is that what those screws are for? Does the battery box. Ah, the battery box mounts somehow. I think. Maybe. Okay, so this bad boy. Okay, so on here it's showing a negative and a positive. Okay, this I guess is some type of ground. And that, let me see if the diagram says anything or shows anything. Okay, so the mic, yeah, it looks like the mic goes in, that little tab goes in there. bent. That's in. Okay, I'm going to press this on the table to the side of that because it appears to not hold. Yeah, it looks good enough. So besides the battery box, this looks complete. And the little adjustable thing. I'm gonna go wash my hands, eat my other peanut butter cup. So I will, well, I'm gonna just wash my hands and be back. So I will be right back. Okay, so 2 Reese's peanut butter, and these are actually peanut butter cups, and a Kit Kat. And yeah, well, these are all the ends that I was able to recover. I think I'm just gonna. I have no use for those. Those are gonna go in the garbage. I think I used some of them. So this is gonna go in there. That is gonna go in there. And that is going to go in there because Mentally, I can't finish that right now. I'll end up screwing something up. Or something else up. So I'm going to turn off the soldering iron. And let's go look up something online while I eat my candy. So, has there been any update on the... Nope, yesterday was the last action. So they only have 15 days left on this continuing resolution, which is HR 5371. So even if they did approve it right now, the government would open up for 2 weeks, and then we'd be back to square one. I think the Senate may have... That's not what I wanted. Maybe. Okay, legislation. Originating in the Senate. Number descending. That's... yeah. So this should be the most recent. That one's interesting. Excuse me. That one's interesting. Maybe I'll look at that one later. That one could be interesting, but I'm not going to bother with that. Controller General? I didn't even know that was a title. Let's look that up. Okay, the Controller General is head of the GAO. Now let's see what Wikipedia has to say. Oh, is the director of the GAO. Okay, for me. Accountability Office and not the account. Okay, take a look to see when that changed name. So in the last century, there's been 8 of them. He's been in that position for 14 years. A couple 14 and 360. 14th, so is there a term limit? Um, oh, yeah, term limit, 15 years. So, yeah, he has just over a month. Interesting. Unless you want to change names. The name was changed in 2004. Okay. Okay. It's one of those officers that you just don't know exist. Um, if anybody has anything in the throw in the chat. That's an interesting one. Okay, so this is when they got. So that was a couple weeks ago. Yes, yeah, this is another one. Say for supervision. A couple contradictory ones. No Coffee Tax Act. WIC and SNAP funded. Student loans are in shutdown. Yeah, I'm not seeing one. I thought there was something to extend the. It might just be an amendment that they wanted to do to this. Yeah, there's no amendments that have gone through. I don't know if any were proposed. FAA. Let's see what we can find at the FAA. So let's see. Let's want to go. Let's see what things the FAA has. Pilots. Become a pilot. Handbooks and manuals. Examiner and inspectors. Let's see. It's airworthiness directives. Interesting. Let's see if there's something interesting on DigiKey. DK, right? That's a PCB manufacturing. Yeah. $1.50 a square inch. Let's see. It'll give you prices. Or you have to upload the Gerber file first. Yep. You have to upload the Gerber file first, and then it will. So $18. Let's see. So you can do so. Let's see if we're gonna do a 2 by 2. Six layers. do 6 layers. We'll do 4 layers. Okay. We'll stick with 2 layers. Let's see, quantity. But I only wanted 5. Let's see, we'll do it. Yeah, $30. So 1 by 1, yeah, that's tiny. Now it's the quantity that, or the size that won't let these other these other items. Let's go back up here and go with the 3 by 4, which it defaulted to. You still can't select those. Pricing not found. What? Because I wanted a stencil? Okay, so these are made in the USA and but will not do checks. So this, see details. Okay. These are, I guess, some of the manufacturers that they work with. Yeah, maybe I'll order something from them. I still have to work on some designs. But I think that's where I'm gonna end it, and $54-page document. No, not reading that. Okay, I'm gonna end this with the break video, and thank you for watching. You have a great day.
eyes have seen the glory of